We're always talking about vitamins, protein, macros, but what if I told you there's a hidden ingredient that powers literally everything from your heartbeat to your brain? And if you get this wrong, well, your health could be at serious risk. So, what is this secret ingredient?
Think about it. What could possibly connect your bones, your heartbeat, and your brain? It sounds like a riddle, right? Well, the answer is a group of unsung heroes that our bodies can't even make themselves. I'm talking about minerals.
So, what are these unsung heroes really? Let's dive in and break down exactly what minerals are and why they are so fundamental to our health. Okay, simply put, minerals are essential elements that come straight from the earth. They get soaked up by plants and then they end up in our food. And here's the kicker. Our bodies can't make them. We have to get them from our diet. And they're involved in, well, everything, from your brain firing off signals to producing the critical hormones and enzymes that run the whole show. Now, minerals basically fall into two camps. You've got your macro minerals, which, you guessed it, we need more of, and then you have trace minerals, which we only need in tiny amounts. But, and this is so important, do not let those names fool you. Trace does not mean less important, not at all. Your body needs that little bit of zinc just as desperately as it needs a whole bunch of calcium. Both are absolutely non-negotiable for your health.
To really see how this works, let's put a famous one under the microscope: calcium. You can think of it as the body's infrastructure manager. And honestly, if you can understand how calcium works, you've got the blueprint for how all minerals operate.
So what's the magic number for calcium? For most adults, the goal is 1,000 milligrams a day. Go ahead and burn that number into your brain, 1,000 milligrams. We're going to come back to it in a minute, and what we find might actually shock you.
Yeah, everyone knows calcium is for strong bones, but that is just scratching the surface. It's also the spark that powers every single muscle contraction, and that includes your heartbeat. It sends the nerve signals that let your brain talk to the rest of your body, and it's what helps your blood clot when you get a cut. Calcium is a true Swiss Army knife inside our bodies.
So, where do we get it? Of course, dairy is the one everyone thinks of, but the list is way bigger than you probably think. Canned sardines, and you gotta eat the little bones, are an absolute powerhouse. Same goes for fortified tofu, leafy greens like kale, and even humble beans. See? It's not just about drinking a glass of milk.
Okay, so minerals are essential, and we know where to find them, so everything should be fine, right? Wrong. This is where our story takes a really sharp turn, because there's this huge, hidden problem that most of us are completely unaware of: the great mineral gap.
And this leads us to the most important question of all. With all these great food sources out there, are people actually hitting that 1,000 milligram target we just talked about?
The answer, and this comes from CDC data, is a shocking no. Just look at this. For teenage girls who are in the single most critical bone-building period of their entire lives, the recommendation is 1,300 milligrams. But the reality, they're getting less than 800. This isn't just a small gap, people. It's a massive shortfall that can set them up for really serious health problems down the road.
But okay, here is the good news. The solution to closing this dangerous gap isn't some complicated pill or a crazy expensive diet. It is sitting right there on your plate. The real secret here is variety.
All right, let's do a quick-fire round of mineral powerhouses. First up, nuts and seeds. A single handful gives you this incredible blast of magnesium, zinc, and selenium. They are truly little superfoods. Next up, those cruciferous veggies like broccoli and kale. They are loaded with sulfur, which is great for detoxification, plus a ton of magnesium, potassium, and yep, even calcium. There's a reason your parents always said, eat your greens. And if you want the most mineral-dense foods on the entire planet, look no further than seafood and organ meats. I'm telling you, a single can of sardines can give you a huge chunk of your daily iron, selenium, and zinc.
And finally, please do not sleep on beans and legumes. They are such an affordable, plant-based powerhouse for everything from iron to zinc, and they are one of the easiest ways to start filling in those nutritional gaps.
So the answer is just to load up on all these amazing foods, right? Well, not so fast, because there's one last crucial rule we have to talk about, and that's balance. When it comes to minerals, more is not always better.
This quote pretty much sums up all of nutrition perfectly. The real goal isn't just to avoid a deficiency, it's to find that perfect sweet spot. Getting the right amount is the true key to health.
And thankfully, science gives us a tool to help find that sweet spot. It's called the Tolerable Upper Intake Level, or UL. The easiest way to think of it is as an official safety ceiling. It's the max amount you can take in every day before you start risking side effects.
For calcium, that safety ceiling is 2,500 milligrams a day. Now, it's really tough to hit that with food alone, but high-dose supplements can push you over that edge pretty easily, and that can lead to problems. The takeaway is simple. Balance is everything.
So all of this leaves us with one final question for you. I want you to look at your own plate. Is it just full, or is it actually fueling you with the minerals you need to thrive? The next time you sit down to eat, just take a look and ask yourself, is my plate really powering me properly?